So we're out to count trees today, but first I wanted to point out we're right in town, and that's where I went to kindergarten, right there. And this is a guy that's going to kindergarten too. He's learning the ways of Adak. He's not going to be with us all day today because his mileage is a little bit low, but we'll be getting him out a lot. Yeah, so the actual high school part of it was over there, and then this was like the overflow. So this is where I went to kindergarten through like 3rd grade, something like that. And then eventually they moved the school down there. So yeah, so I do remember as a small child in '76, the Bicentennial, we did some special things here. We had all kinds of like projects. I don't remember those trees though, and those trees could have been part of the planting effort that they talked about doing in 1976, the 4,000 trees that we're trying to track down. So we'll go up there and count these. First, we'll go around school real quick. Watch your step. Yeah, so this was Bob Reeve High School, and that's what they've named the school down there. So I don't know, the former Bob Reeve High School. Bob Reeve, by the way, a famous bush pilot. There was a civilian airline out here. My mother and father both worked for it. That's how they met, and I came to be. Yeah, it's you know, you're not supposed to be in these buildings, but we were shooting trees back here, and you know, I went to school here, so figured I would show people where I went to. Like I said, 3rd grade, up through 3rd grade. Hey, look, there's more of these. Yeah, here we go. We got an exit over here. Okay. So we're not here to go through the school, though. There's really nothing to see. There's nothing left of it. The trees, though, are really cool. It's a beautiful day. This is like maybe the one nod to some architectural flair. You know, the windows back here, it was like the architect snuck one in on them, the Brutalist architecture otherwise. Brutalist in that is really ugly. All right, so now we're going to head up to these trees, which like I said, I weren't here when I was a little kid, but they're cool. It is fucking hot out now. It's been hot all day. It's really windy though, and it's kind of hoping the wind would keep the heat down, but I'm gonna have to lose a layer. Yeah, so I found these things are planted so tightly together. The easiest way to actually count them is to do it with a drone from above. Too windy for a drone today, so I'm doing a cursory count, and we can definitely count the ones just to the south of us because those are kind of singles. You know, if we shot POV from my point of view going in that way, you could open and think we were in an actual forest. There's just a little trail, which is kind of rare in these things. Mostly they're just kind of all on top of each other. Yeah, so just off the top of my head, just by taking a small section and multiplying it, there's got to be probably 50 trees there, and it'll be easier to tell from above. So on these, what's most impressive is just how wide they've become at the base because they've been given like a shelter along here. All of those use themselves as a shelter, but these have had like this hill and they're really wide, and that's how they've gotten so tall. It's really cool. So those are easy to count. There's only 3 or 4 of them right there, and they're really big. There's 3 more right there, and then I got 2 right down here. Yeah, it's definitely too warm. We're gonna head up over here. There's There's this tree that's like, it surprised me when me and Angus found it last time we were out here. Let's just get up here and see what we see right over the top here. So this pipe here carried steam, and so it heated, like the high school, for instance, ran off of the power plant over there, and it runs quite a ways. It's a good, good landmark. Yeah, so kind of past and present, you know. This is the plate boundary instrumentation to measure how the tectonic plates are doing. And yeah, and we're standing on top of an area that was heavily used during World War II. You can see there's foundations all around. We'll go to one right over here. Yeah, this is one of the ones I was thinking of. There's a bunch of them around. This would have been a long Quonset hut. And this would have housed guys. And there's a bunch of foundations all around here. This was a very popular place. It was close to the airstrip. A lot of the wood still intact is pretty cool. But now we're going to some trees that out in the middle of nowhere, would have never known about them. The Angus, my recently departed dog, found them. All right, so in my mind, they were like right there. I don't have Angus around to ask either. Yeah, so like this fireweed is kind of like warning us winter's around the corner. We're running out of time before Pup needs his nap and dinner. So we're gonna have to rip down here to this cool little spot and then rip back. Would have totally missed it if not for being here with Angus earlier this year. Yeah, so Angus and I were just looking for a spot to ski through when we stumbled on these. I'll put the camera here, but if you look around and it's a little bit foggy and whatnot, you really can't tell where we're at, you know? And so you wouldn't be able to see these from any road or anything like that is kind of my point. The road we came in on is not really used. So kind of a hidden little spot that they put some work into. You see this drainage they cut in here, and they put some rock in there, and they got sandbags over there. So I don't know if it was close to the church, maybe it had something to do with that, but wouldn't have known they were here. And now the puppy needs to be fed, so we have to zip back. See, the problem with this is that these rocks are cowards. They won't show themselves. You step on them and fucking hurts. So we had about 60 trees total, I'm thinking, right over there by the school. Had like 5 or 6 there. But we're starting to get more trees than I thought we would get. So I'll put together a map to throw into this video that kind of shows where we're at. I think we're over 1,000. I think we got there quicker than I thought we would. I still don't think we'll get to 4,000, but I think we're gonna get way closer than I thought we would. This mud is not to be messed with. This is a really cool little quarry. It'd be great to show from the air. Too windy for that, but it's a nice little spot. Yeah, so this is one of the most majestic trees that we have. It's like almost a perfect Christmas tree. I think it's 2 of them actually. But yeah, it sits right in here. And that used to be a firehouse right there, that foundation. Yeah, so we've been seeing these Seismos signs all the way along here. There's a cable buried to register earthquakes. And those people used to live right in that house when I was a kid anyways. They were here. I think they were here until the base closed. Good place to study seismicity. Impressed I could say that word. So I'm gonna be doing another tree video really quickly. But in case I don't, I'm gonna say see you next time, but probably just stay tuned. There's one coming in a day or so. Here, you wanna get some of this? Okay. Well, I shouldn't break anything too badly. Ah, ha ha! It was less far than I thought it would be.